Good morning, everyone, or perhaps good day, good evening, wherever you are, whenever you hear these words. Today I want to share something deeply personal with you, something that for a long time I kept hidden, shrouded in shame and regret. But I've learned that true power, true purpose, often lies in the vulnerability of our deepest truths. My story is one of redemption. It's a journey from a past that was, to put it mildly, troubled. A past where I made choices that led me down dark paths, where I hurt myself and sometimes inadvertently hurt those I loved. For years I carried the weight of those actions, those mistakes, those failures, like a heavy cloak. I felt trapped by my own history, convinced that the person I had been was the person I was destined to remain. I remember nights when despair was my closest companion, whispering that I was beyond repair, that my story was already written, and it wasn't a good one. I drifted, lost, searching for an escape, for a way to outrun the echoes of my past. I chased fleeting highs, temporary distractions, anything to silence the relentless chorus of self-condemnation. But then, something shifted. It wasn't a sudden epiphany, not a lightning bolt from the sky. It was a slow, arduous dawning. A moment, or rather, a series of moments, where the sheer exhaustion of living that way finally outweighed the fear of change. I realized that clinging to the past was not protecting me, it was suffocating me. The first step was the hardest, looking honestly at my reflection, not with judgment, but with a raw, unflinching acceptance of who I had become, and more importantly, who I wanted to be. It meant confronting the uncomfortable truths, admitting where I had gone wrong, and understanding the patterns that had led me astray. This wasn't about blaming others, it was about taking radical responsibility for my own life. Then came the hard work. The messy, often painful process of dismantling old habits and building new ones. It meant seeking help, swallowing my pride, and reaching out to those who had walked similar paths, or simply those who believed in a better version of me even when I couldn't see it myself. It meant choosing forgiveness, not just for others, but for the most difficult person to forgive, myself. Every step was deliberate, every choice conscious. It was about choosing sobriety when my body screamed for escape. It was about choosing honesty when deception had been my comfort zone. It was about choosing service when I had only ever thought of myself. There were setbacks, of course. Moments where the old demons tried to drag me back. Days when the progress felt painfully slow and the finish line seemed impossibly distant. But with each stumble, I learned a crucial lesson. Redemption is not a one-time event. It is a continuous journey. It's about getting back up, dusting yourself off, and taking the next right step, no matter how small. And as I walked this path, something miraculous began to happen. The shame that once defined me began to recede. The dark clouds of my past started to break apart, revealing glimpses of sunlight. And slowly, tentatively, I started to discover a new purpose, a purpose born directly from my pain. I realized that my troubled past wasn't a sentence, it was a testament to the power of human transformation, to the resilience of the spirit, to the possibility of a second, third, or even fourth chance. My journey wasn't something to hide, it was a story to share. Now I stand before you, not as someone who has it all figured out, but as someone who understands the depths of despair and the heights of hope. My scars are not blemishes, they are badges of honor, etchings of lessons learned, reminders of how far I've come. And if my story can reach just one person who feels trapped by their past, if it can ignite a flicker of hope in someone who believes they are beyond redemption, then every struggle, every tear, every hard-won battle was worth it. You see, a troubled past does not have to be your permanent address. It can be a temporary lodging, a place you visited, but from which you have moved on. You have the power within you to redefine your narrative, to rewrite your story, not with denial, but with courageous action. If I, with all my imperfections and past mistakes, can stand here today, a beacon of hope, then so can you. Your redemption story is waiting to be written. It begins with one brave step, one honest look, one conscious choice to turn towards the light. Let your past be the fertile ground from which your purpose sprouts. Let your struggles become the wisdom you share. Let your redemption inspire. The world needs your light. Thank you.